Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. It is Thursday, April 26th, and I have no idea where April is going.
It's like gone.
It's gone. As of Tuesday, it is completely gone. That is wild.
Yes, it is.
So we are coming to you from Shelburne, Vermont, from our yarn store that's behind us. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find the store out on all kinds of social media as Must Love Yarn.
Yep. And the website, mustloveyarn.com.
Yep. It's amazing. I still can't believe we got that URL.
I know. Well, that I think was part of the reason that we decided to choose this name, because so many of the others that we had looked at
Were not available.
they weren't. The names were used in one way or another.
Well, and there's just, it doesn't quite have the same ring if it's Must Love Yarn Vermont, or
Yeah.
you have to add VT or something to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you would, this store has an Instagram account and a Facebook page. Feel free to follow both of those.
And a Ravelry group.
And a Ravelry
which
group.
is where we host most of our contests. Not all,
Yep.
but most.
Most of the contests, most of the knit-alongs. I was just out there this morning, and people are chucking away on their shorty sock cowls, and we have a bunch of Jody shawls popping up that are finished. So that's super cool and exciting to see. But anyway, so feel free to follow the store, and if you'd like to follow me, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins. And we love checking out what you guys are working on, so we love to have you guys follow.
Absolutely. Super fun. So we like to start our podcast every week with a couple picks of the week for y'all. And the way this works is Kelly picks something, I pick something, and for 2 weeks with the discount code that we give you, you can get 10% off, either online or in the store. If you're in the store, you have to kind of remember to tell us, hey, we watched the podcast, because we won't automatically apply it.
Yep. So if you just bring the yarn up to the counter that might be on special, right over the head.
Yep. You got to be like, hey, podcast, and we'll be like, oh, right. Somebody, I happened to be on Saturday when I was working. Somebody was like, isn't that one of the picks of the week? And I was like, yes, it is. You are correct.
Yeah.
Can't even remember what my own pick is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So it looks like you're
crammed
ready
them
to
all in
start.
there. I am. I will do my pick of the week first.
Awesome.
So my pick of the week is very similar to my pick of the week last week. But I did that on purpose. My pick of the week last week, and it's still good for another week, it was the Elspeth Lavold Hempathy. And those are smaller skeins. Actually, I have one here because I'm going to show you what I'm working on. So this is the Hempathy, and it's a sport weight, and it's hemp, cotton, and modal. Well, my pick of the week this week is Juniper Moon Farm Zoe, and this is a cotton and linen blend yarn. It's lovely. It's also the same weight. It's a sport weight. It's going to knit very similarly. So if you wanted to do something a pattern that's been knit in the Hempathy, this would work perfectly. It interchange really well with it, and it's nice and soft. It's a 60% cotton, 40% linen blend. Every time you wash it, it just gets softer and softer. So it's beautiful, and it comes in really vibrant colors. I'm going to stuff that one back in there so I can show you. These are all of the colors that we currently have in stock, and there's even more than what we have here. So a huge range of colors.
Nice.
So what's that, like 12 colors, I think?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got 12 colors in stock. Most of these we've got quite a few skeins of. There's a couple of them we're waiting on some more inventory to come in. But it's a great yarn. Oh, I should have grabbed the little tank top. Carol made a really cute tank top out of this blue colorway. But I will show you that pattern, because we do have quite a few patterns that are in this little book. So all of these patterns are available on Ravelry. So there's a little cardigan that's really cute. This is the pattern that Carol made up. Sorry for the glare. It's just a really nice basic tank top that has some pretty detail, but it's a really easy pattern to remember. So you can knit it, quite easily. So let me flip through. There's a little tank top knit out of it. So, and I think we have these all. There's a little, just a short sleeve cardigan. That would be a great little summer top too. So these are all listed on our website, so you can check them out there. This is kind of cute too, with buttons down the back. And I think you can wear it either way, so you could flip it around and have the buttons in the front if you wanted to. So yeah, there's a lot of really cute pieces that they do. Juniper Moon Farm has some really nice pattern support. But like I said, you can do, if you found a hempathy, hempathy's been around for quite a long time. Yeah. So if you found a pattern that you wanted to knit, but didn't really want to use the hempathy for whatever reason, or you like the colors of the Zoe better, you could certainly do the Zoe and interchange it with the hempathy. So my pick of the week is the Juniper Moon Farm Zoe, and let me give you yardage and all of that good info. I told you the fiber content. So it's 284 yards, which is great. These are 100 gram skeins, and shoot, I forget the price on this one. I want to say, I think it's around 12. Don't hold me to it, but I think it's
$11.99-ish.
It's something right around there. But everything will be in show notes, so you can go follow over there, and we link to show notes down below, so you can just click on the link and that will take you to show notes, and then you can click on the link to the Zoe. So check that out. And I love this color. It's kind of fun. It's very summery, like beachy.
Mm-hmm. It's a great color.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna reach over. I don't know why I put that stuff so far away.
You can hit the tripod like I do.
I know, right? Ooh. So keeping with sort of the
summer
top theme, and the reason why we're doing this is we're starting a knit along on May 1st, which is
next week.
Tuesday.
Isn't that ridiculous? I don't know where April went.
I know.
Which is kind of good because most of the weather in April has been horrible.
So we've been trying to keep a lot of our yarns, the picks of the week lately is things that would be appropriate for summer tops. So my pick this week is our Lana Grossa Colino. We have 4 different colors.
I think this one we only have like 2 skeins.
There's only, so this would probably only work for like a little neck wrap or something, maybe a hat. So hopefully this is not the one that you're like, ooh, that's my jam.
I really like the 2 blues that we have.
I do too.
I think they're stunning. I love that one.
So they're very, they have a lot of little variegations in there.
But it's very subtle, so.
It's very subtle, and
they knit up beautifully. I've seen samples knit out of them. We don't have any in store at the moment.
Yeah,
they're really lovely.
So these are a viscose polyester linen cotton blend. They're smaller, as you can see, 50 gram skein, so there's only 135 meters per skein. But if you're talking about something like a little tank top shell or even just a sleeveless open cardigan, you're not going to need a huge number.
Yeah. So it's about 150, a little under 150 yards, right around there. Yep.
And these retail, I think, again, for $11.99, if I remember.
I know,
correctly.
I'm so bad at checking.
It's somewhere in that price range. I know. But what happens, and we are totally delinquent with our code. We usually do it in between the two. So we should probably give a code.
We can just do weekly pick summer.
That works for me.
Okay.
Weekly pick summer.
Simple.
So with that code, either of these 2 different yarns, you can get 10% off. And we did a tutorial in episode 73, so if there's any questions about where the code goes or how to use the coupon code, let us know. Please call us or email us with questions before putting your order through if something doesn't look right, because it should show on your order if it's working.
Right.
So those are our 2 picks of the week with weekly pick summer.
Sweet.
Throw those back in your basket.
Okay. They can live there.
So I have a finished object, and it's also what I'm wearing.
That's fantastic. You're carrying the finished objects this week?
Well, I haven't for a while because I've been working on what feels like the same things.
Me too.
So, guys, I finished my On the Spice Market.
Beautiful.
And this is, thank you, it's massive. So this is the one where I did not, oops, why do you keep falling off there? I did not check gauge. I used a US 5. Though, looking at just the size that it is, I think I probably am relatively close to gauge, even though I ran out of yarn. Because it just drapes and falls like the picture, the sample on the pattern does. So, I don't know. It might be a little bit bigger. I have not blocked it yet, so all of my little ends are still popping up on the back because I haven't clipped them all the way down. But it was a fun knit. I'm so glad that I made this.
It's really pretty. I
Thank
like
you.
the colors.
So this is GAIL's art yarn. It's her MYS 622, which is a merino silky yak blend. And it was fantastic to work with. So
Yak's been really popular lately. A lot of companies putting yak or yak blends.
Yuckity
together.
yuck. So that's my finished object and what I'm wearing
Excellent.
today.
Well, you just did 2 in 1.
2 in 1. I have socks on too, but I'm not feeling the throwing my
Flexibility.
feet up in front of the screen right now. So it's just gonna have to.
Not today.
Not today. I'm not feeling it today. Not feeling it. So did you do some more socks?
Nope.
Nope.
I literally have just been working on Ninelchik,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I'm working on now, and getting very close to doing the bottom rib. I did a swatch for my summer tee,
Cool.
and we've had a lot of customers who have wanted some finishing work done lately, so I've been doing finishing work for them. So I really haven't done a lot of my own personal knitting, and
Yep.
we had a couple good days of weather, so
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much was hanging out outside and have been crazy busy. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little wild lately.
Yep.
So I've been working, I don't have it with me because it doesn't travel well. I've been spending a lot of time working on the eye blink shawl, so this is the project, and I will try to, I can insert another picture here because when I get home I can lay it out a little bit and take some pictures of it. It's a lace and beaded shawl that I'm making for somebody else, so it's not a commission piece per se, but I'm helping out a friend who needed a whole bunch of them for a wedding party. So I'm working on a deadline, and it's not a very travel friendly project, so it's a little bit
Lace
hard.
weight and beads.
Lace weight and beads.
Yeah.
Neither of which travel very well.
Yeah.
So I'm trucking along. There's 2 charts. One chart A you do 4 repeats of, and then chart B you only do 1 repeat of. So I'm just finishing up the 3rd repeat of chart A, so I'm getting there. When I get that done, I'll have about 20 rows left to go, but they're like huge rows because it's a shawl that's growing. So I don't even really want to think of how many stitches I might actually have on the needles right now. But I might have to, I think I'm going to have to shorten the cord. I put it on a longer cord because it will stretch out, but with lace weight, it bunches up, but it's not heavy enough to uncurl the cord. So I spend a lot of time fighting with the cord that's curled around itself.
Yeah.
And I think if I shorten up the cord to like a 32 or even a 20-inch cord, I would not be fighting with my knitting as much.
Yeah.
So I may throw a shorter cord in my.
What needles are you using?
7s. Oh, which
What type?
kind?
Yeah.
Knitter's Pride, the Wooden Dreams.
The Dreams, are you?
Yeah. I thought about using the Zings, but I wasn't sure how much drag it would have, and I didn't want to also be fighting with too slippery needles.
Yeah.
The zings are working fine.
The dreams.
The dreams.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing Kelly's here.
Yeah.
Keep me on track. So that's coming. I keep being like, this is the week I'm going to get it all the way done. And then...
I keep saying that about the nail check too.
I know. And then other things happen.
I know.
Or I cast on other projects.
Well, that's part of my problem too. I'll hold up the nail check since I did mention that I was working on it. I have still a lot of ends weaving, but that's okay. So it doesn't look a whole lot different than the last time I showed you guys, except for I do have a lot of the knitting done.
Oh
here.
yeah.
So I have to get to 5 inches from basically where the underarm is. So I'm close.
You're getting there.
I'm maybe 3.5 to 4. I've got another inch, and then I do an inch of ribbing, and then I've got to go back, pick up for the little T-Rex sleeves.
I love the T-Rex sleeves.
So then I just, and that's all knit out of this main color. So this is mostly Primrose Yarn Co. They're Jasper DK. The only one that isn't is the very darkest green, and that is Madeline Tosh. It's a Madeline Tosh Sport. But the rest is all Primrose. So
nice.
yeah, so it's been fun, but I really wanted to be able to wear it, although now that the weather, it's supposed to be 80 next week. There's going to be one day where it's going to be 80.
What?
Which is just weird. So it's like 50
weird.
and rainy today, although there's some blue sky out there now. So
It's trying.
yeah. So it's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be a good versatile like layering piece.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to having it done, and it's so close that I just really want to crank it out. And it's less stockinette, so on nights when I really don't feel like doing anything,
Yeah.
even if I don't even really feel like knitting, because yeah, it does happen. It's one of those that I can just pick up and not even think about, and my hands just do it.
Muscle memory at that point.
Yeah, so I can just sit there and kind of like,
Yeah.
so it's a good one that I'm glad that I have, because I can just pick it up and go with it, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So I did make some progress on my Jelly Roll socks a little bit. I'm trying to remember how far along I was last week. I don't think I was done with the ribbing on the foot.
Yeah, no, you were still working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've knit enough on them to
So you're past
pass that.
Yeah.
I've got maybe an inch to inch and a half more to go before I start the toe degreases.
So is this the last time you're going to use this color, and then, or do you use that at the toe?
You know, you could. I'm not going to, because I have
A little bit.
it just
Yeah.
a little bit, and I would worry that I would run out for the second
Yep.
sock. I think if I was maybe using leftovers and had more than just sort of the
I couldn't remember if the pattern was written to have a contrasting toe, or
you know, it comes with a lot of options. Like, you could do this ribbing in one color, you could skip this ribbing altogether. Same thing with the heel. You can do a contrast heel, you can do it in one color, you could do it in the 2 colors like I've done here. So it's kind of almost like a choose your own adventure type of sock.
I like the way that is. That's cute.
Yeah, thank you. But I think I'm just gonna do it all in the pink.
Yeah.
And then
Well, there's enough color with, throughout.
variation.
Yeah.
With so really this sock is at a point where it really should not take me that long to finish it. It's just a matter of just doing it. And then feeling like I'm in the spot of the sock where you're kind of in a black hole, where I feel like I knit a whole bunch and then I try it on and it's like the same size that it was a whole bunch before.
Yeah.
I'm trying out some of these needle holders. These are some that my mom made. We're going to see them, not this particular pattern, but this style in the next Seasons of Vermont box. Yep. So thank you, Mom.
Which is coming out next month, you guys.
Next month, in just a couple of weeks.
Jam-packed full of stuff.
Cool stuff. Probably maybe the next podcast, next week, we will start showing off some of the things. So anyway, so there's my Jelly Roll socks. We are running a shorty sock along right now. And so head over to the Ravelry page or Ravelry group to get the details on that. And see what everybody else is up to. We've got a lot of folks that are knitting like their first pair of socks for this, and people are super excited. There's a couple folks who are like, I wasn't planning on doing this, but then I saw everybody's cool stuff and now I'm doing it, which I think is great.
Yeah, it's fun.
They got inspired.
Yeah.
So and last week I was threatening to cast on a hat because it was a good palette cleanser, and so that's exactly what I did.
Sweet. It's so funny that you have this yarn back out because Jen was working on her cardigan that she's using that yarn in.
So this is Legacy Fiber Arts. It's their DK weight. The purple is Harold's Purple Crayon, though I think they actually released it out.
Did they
I've
end up
seen
doing
them. They've talked about it on their podcast a few times. So it was me because I had bought this skein of Franny's Pansies. And then I was like, I want to make this sweater for Abigail, but I need a purple. And I was, bemoaning. She was
scouring the store.
And Sue was just like, I'll just dye you up some. So anyway, that's how Harold's Purple Crayon came to be. So this is both Legacy Fiber Arts DK weight. These are leftovers from a sweater I knit for Abigail last year. Yeah. I knit her a size 4, so she hasn't quite grown into it yet. So this is the Hungry Horse hat. And one of the reasons why I picked it is, one, it has this kind of cool eyelet section that lends itself to using variegated yarn very well. But I also thought that it would be potentially a good way for people who are knitting the Jody shawl to use up their odds and ends, because this is actually a 3-color hat.
Oh, okay.
So the pattern calls for one color here, a second color here, and then a third color here at the top. I just am happening to do it in 2 colors because that's what I have.
Yeah. That's cute.
So it's been going pretty fast. I just cast this on Sunday maybe.
Yeah.
And I have not worked on it a huge amount, just because I have been doing other things. But hats are fast. So there it is. That's the Hungry Horse hat. If anybody is looking for something to use their leftover Jody shawl bits and bobs with. So
nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so, I may have another finished object next week because I'm hoping I can get this one done.
That's good, because I don't know if I'm going to. I really want to get this done, but
I know, right?
Get it done and get it blocked. Because we're still going to have some days where it's going to be chilly in the mornings.
Absolutely.
So that'll be good for...
Absolutely. So speaking, because I feel like I'm just jumping around all over the place today. So speaking of the changes, speaking of the Jody shawl, we did get some Peggy Jane fiber kits back in stock. We have 3 different colors, had 3 different colors.
I was going to say, hold on.
The one color, the blues.
That was the original one we brought in. A lot of kits.
Already gone.
Yep.
But we still have these other 2,
which are awesome.
I
really want to. Actually, I want to do one out of both of them, but I love this green.
I do too.
And
I love it with this color right here.
Yeah, because if you turn it around, there's that pop of green in there, so it's going to tie it together really well. Well, I mean, they're just beautiful together anyway.
So we have this kit that's available, and this other one. Sorry for the crinkling, guys. They're just in these nice packages. I mean, that one just in and of itself.
They're so fun.
They're
really warm.
So fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Super bright. Just great. So these
I might have to do another one and pick one of the other colors.
So both of these are available. We have a few of them left. So if you were wanting to still join us for the Jody Knit Along, there's definitely still time. It's running through the end of May. So still have a few kits available if either of those caught your eye.
Yep.
So upcoming project.
Hold on.
Oh, you still have another.
Well, mine is both upcoming and whip.
Okay, perfect.
So I showed you the Elspeth Lavold Empathy, and this is the yarn. This is the color. This is my skein of yarn one of my skeins of yarn that I'm using for the top that I'm going to make, and I am going to start with this Jessie's Girl, which is just a really cute, very easy garter stitch tee, and it's lightweight. You knit it at a pretty loose gauge. I think this was on a 6 or 7. Hold on, I can tell you. Maybe I can tell you. Needles. Here we go. No, I was wrong. I knit this on an 8. So I haven't measured this yet. This is pre-blocking, and she actually does recommend that you check your gauge before and after blocking. So, and it was funny because when I was knitting this and it was kind of hanging down, my swatch was square when I bound it off, but then after it kind of like sat in my bag, it kind of like pulled back together. So, the weight of this is gonna
stretch it.
So after it's blocked, and a full garment too, it's going to be heavier than even just a little swatch. So it is meant to be kind of open. I mean, you can kind of see through it. So, it's definitely a piece that you want to throw over like a cami or a tank or something, which is kind of how I like to wear stuff in this. I'm big on layering. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. I layer a lot.
Yep.
So I really like this. It's kind of a nice brown color, which will go with so many things, and I can layer it every season. I can wear this over like a tanker cami, like I said, in the summer, or in the spring, fall, winter. I can layer over a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt, and get a lot of use out of this. So, and this yarn holds up really well through washings and just wear and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got to measure this, and then I'm going to toss it in for a little soak and block it. And I might actually, so there is a little trick that you can do if for a garment that's going to, especially made from something that's not going to hold its shape as well, you can actually hang it, and that'll more truly simulate how the finished piece will behave. So I might do that with this. It's just when it's still a little bit damp, just kind of hang it to block, and then measure it. So because that'll give me a better idea of what, especially the row gauge. That's not really going to change the stitch gauge,
right?
But it'll change the row gauge, so I'll know how open it's going to be when it's done.
Nice.
So that if I want to adjust needle size or size of the piece or whatnot, I can do that.
Okay.
So
very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. So I am thinking about starting the changes shawl. So
I haven't gotten anywhere further than I was last week with mine. So that's why I didn't bring it over to show you guys.
I wasn't allowed to start it until I finished this one. And I did transfer the main color yarn into the project bag that I think I want to cart it around in, and then it's the same needles, so it's a US 5. So I'm just using the same ones as I was using for this.
Yep.
And just need to cast it on and go. I was looking over the pattern for section A, and it looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
like
that
said,
section I did
easy
really
to
quick.
Memorize.
Yeah. That section I think I did like in a weekend or something.
Yeah.
So that was really quick, and the section I'm in now is just a 2-row repeat, so that's really easy to remember too.
So I think I'm gonna start on that one, and I've kind of stalled out with the summer top thing. So
you got way too many good suggestions.
I did. I went from having just a few ideas to now I have way too many ideas, and I just am not able to make a decision. So I'm going to try knitting something else. We're casting on for another shawl, and just see if that doesn't sort of clear the brain a little bit, because I just can't. For example, you guys, I just want to show you. I started keeping a list of the ones that people were making suggestions for. So
there's a lot of them that were double, but
yeah,
there was a lot.
Oops, that's upside down. So here's my list, and this was just as of Friday last week when I went home for the weekend, and I have not added more to it because I just have not made my way through this one yet. But there were so many good suggestions. I'm going to try to add some of these to our bundle, but our bundle already has a ton, and I don't want to overwhelm people with that either. So there's lots of options out there. I kind of want to knit them all, along with eating all of the cake now, too. As I was reminded of a few cakes that I absolutely love. They were listed like Black Forest. I know I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but I do love a good Black Forest cake.
I love carrot cake as like traditional cakes.
Yes.
And you know, I am like probably one of the biggest fans of cheesecake, and I have a phenomenal recipe for cheesecake. And it's so funny. We've got friends that live down in New Jersey, and they come up. They have a summer house up here, and it's so funny. So their kids. The dad of the family, he cooks a lot, and he made the recipe, but he got like, you know, really fancy, super high end stuff, and you know, not that I used, you know, high quality ingredients, but like I can't remember what he said he got. It was like super organic and super, and I got what was available to me, which, you know, sometimes isn't always
Philadelphia cream cheese.
Yeah, exactly. You know. And so he tried replicating it, and they're like, Dad, he's like, this is okay, but it's not as good as Mrs. Audie's. It was hilarious. So now whenever I see them, if we're going over like for a party or
like,
get together or something, yeah, exactly. So it's really funny.
Awesome.
It is. It's cute. So, but all their kids are grown up, and their last one is in college now, and it's just like, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, they're a little bit older than us, but not a lot. And it's just like I remember them when their kids were like young, and
I know.
Whew. But yeah, cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
So when we go to Rhinebeck this year, we just forego packing dinners, and we'll just pack cake.
Pack cake. Well, Bob usually makes us spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
For our dinner
with cake. I have a really good carrot cake recipe that calls for fresh pineapple.
I did, you know what I did at Christmas that was really good? I did an apple cake.
Ooh.
It was so good. It was an apple cake with a brown sugar frosting.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. It was really good.
That's good.
Yeah. You use a lot of fresh apples in it, so it's just, it was really good.
Okay.
My husband's not a big fan of cake, and he loved it.
Nice.
But he does like carrot cake, but other cakes he doesn't really like cake.
More cake for you.
That's a bad thing.
I know, right?
That's why I don't really make it very often, because
then you end up eating it all.
There's only the two of us, so I have to like make it for an event so I can give it away. I can have a piece and then give the rest away.
I just left our cake here, and then we all ate it on Saturday. It's fine. It was delicious.
Saturday was crazy.
It was a little wild.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
It is.
So I would say local yarn store day was a huge success.
Oh my gosh, it was. So for anybody who came out who's watching, thank you guys. It was a fantastic day. I was teaching all day, so I didn't really get to chat with anybody. But
I was here. Jen was here.
Yeah.
I had to get Jen here earlier because
it was
reinforcements.
So busy. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it was the first year of local yarn store day, so we were like,
who knows? They haven't advertised it that much. It's last minute, and so thank you to everybody who came out. We really appreciate it. It was nice to put some faces to names for those of you who introduced yourself or let me know you watched the podcast. And so that's always fun.
And thank you to all of the vendors who gave patterns and
Yep.
That was great. And I think next year will be even bigger and better.
I think
More
so, too.
companies will have time to plan for it.
Exactly.
And, yeah. So stay tuned for April of next year.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And coming up next here in the store is our June 2nd in the afternoon. Do we settle on a time? Is it 2 to 4, 2 to 5?
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
I think there's different things happening at different times. But the whole event will be going from 2 to 5.
So we've got a couple, it's our Meet the Farmers events and trunk shows. So we've got 3 farms, representatives from 3 different farms coming in to talk about their farms or how they got
Their
started.
experience and process and that kind of thing.
And we're going to try to live stream it. We're not... So here...
We may not be able to because if it's so busy that day, we're going to need the bandwidth for our other things.
We've been finding on the weekends that our internet connection can be really slow. And I think it's because there's a lot of people at home on the internet. And we do not have a dedicated line. We're on a shared line. And they're not supposed to down throttle us. But whatever. Comcast.
We're not on a shared line.
It's DSL. It's
yeah. That way. Yeah. It's not like cable or fiber.
Right,
yeah.
where you're...
Gotcha.
So that's what I meant by shared line.
Gotcha.
So the more people that are on, sort of the more sluggish the system is. And so we will try to live stream, particularly the presentation that Saturday afternoon. But if we're having... And we'll know beforehand if we're having internet problems, because just the way our computers and stuff are acting, we may not be able to.
And the other thing we could do, too, is we could video it.
I could just video it and upload it later.
Yeah. Which I think would be fine.
We'll plan on doing that.
Yeah, at the very least we can do that.
We'll videotape it and I'll upload it.
Yeah.
To our overnight channel. Saturday to our channel so you guys can watch it. Because I think it's going to be super interesting. And if you can't make it over to the store, I would love to be able to share it with everybody. Yeah. So anyway, that's a great idea. I think the live stream's going to be tough just given what we've seen happening with our internet here on the weekends.
And that event for us last year was very, very busy in the store. And since we process everything
via internet,
why
don't we just plan on doing that? As much as I know you guys would love to watch it live, we'll set up the tripod, we'll film it, and then I will upload it to the channel.
Yep.
So anyway, farmer presentation, we also have 2.
We're doing more planning on.
I know. We also have 2 trunk shows going on that day, one with Green Mountain Spinnery and the other with Fiber Stash. So we're super excited. Hope you can come out and check out those great vendors because they are going to have some fantastic products here in the store.
We're going to have some really amazing giveaways too that we're going to be drawing for. A lot of our regular companies are stepping up and sending us prizes. Some of our indies. Actually, we've got a fabulous prize from Legacy Fiber Arts.
Yep.
They sent along to us.
Yep. And Peggy Jane was going to do something, and I think Christy from Fiber Stash is doing something.
She's doing something. Everybody has been so generous, and you will want a chance to win these prizes because they're fabulous.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
Amazing. Yeah. So plan a trip. Come see us on June 2nd. On June 9th, it's Worldwide Knit and Public Day, and we are going to be doing something from 11 to 2. It's assuming we get clearance from our landlord, and I'm the one that's in charge of that. So we'll have something set up outside if the weather's nice in the grass. So we are truly knitting in public on a super busy road. But otherwise, we'll be here in the store, knitting in public in the store. So
I'm going to be probably in London that day.
Yep, Kelly won't be here, so Jen and I are in charge. Oh boy.
Yep. I'll just have to, hit up a yarn store in London.
Those are tight. Kelly comes back, she's like, I'm never going on vacation ever again, you people. We're not that bad. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm not going to worry about it.
We'll keep a list of how many times we have to text Kelly and be like, so this
I'm going to make this store pay for my international service for while I'm gone if I get texts from you guys the whole time.
That's fair. the other things coming up over the summer, I'm just going to keep moving right ahead.
She's just going along.
Just whatever, gloss over that. July 13th through the 29th is the Great Northern Yarn Haul, which we've talked about on previous episodes, and as we get more and more information, we'll be posting it up, but it's basically a giant shop hop from Lake Champlain to the Atlantic Ocean. There's 23 stores participating
right now,
this year,
yeah.
So far, which then there may be a few more.
And the structure of it is changing a little bit this year.
Okay.
So if you've done it in the past, there's basically, you could win small prizes along at each of the different stores that they did their own individual drawings, and then there was one grand prize drawing. This year it's changing up so that so you don't have to go to all of the stores in for a chance to win a really nice prize.
So there'll be different tiers of entering. Like, so if you hit,
like 5 to 10 or
there'll be
10 to 15
a
or
prize,
something.
right? So there's more opportunities for people to win because there's so many stores participating,
So many
and the
stores.
stores contribute a prize pack valued at $20 to $30 each. So it just, the grand prize was so big.
It was like $600+ worth of yarn and prizes and things.
So it just made sense to sort of maybe break it apart, give more people the chance to win. And
I mean, there is still going to be a truly
true
grand prize.
Yes.
But
there'll be a couple of
but we're going to
smallers.
spread out the,
so that'll be good. July 14th, we are hosting a Latvian colorwork mitten class with Donna Drukanis. And I think the final details of that
we're going to have more details coming.
Okay.
We're going to open registration for that fairly soon.
Okay. It's an all-day class. It's like a 6-hour class.
It's quite involved. So she's going to talk about traditional Latvian knitting. She's going to talk about, color work and combinations of color. It's a great class, and with color work being as popular as it is, and she does so much research for her
such
books
a wealth
and
of knowledge.
The historical part of it. She's really great at teaching that and talking about that while she's teaching the knitting part of it. So
cool.
It's going to be really, really interesting. I know she spoke at a local library back in, I think, January, February, and somebody came and said that it was a phenomenal talk, and that didn't incorporate, a knitting component to it. It was just the class or the lecture, which she does quite a lot of too. So it'll be really interesting. So if that is something of interest to you, not only the knitting part of it, but kind of the history behind it too, it'll be a really great class. So keep an eye out. We will definitely let you guys know when registration opens for that. Yeah. She does have a limit. I think the limit is 20 students.
Okay.
So there will be a cap, but I think it'll be
good.
a really fun class.
It'll be good. And then finally, July 28th is our night at the ballpark with the Lake Monsters. We don't have the tickets yet, so Lake Monsters don't actually get us the block of tickets to sell until right around the time they get their season started, which isn't until the end of June. So probably beginning to mid-June, we'll have tickets. We'll let you know. We're just more giving you a heads up so you can mark your calendars.
Yeah.
Block it off so you can come hang out with us at the Lake Monsters. We are planning some fun giveaways. We will be in the stands. We're not selling 50/50 tickets this year, and we're just gonna
we missed out on that component last year. Just hanging out with you guys and knitting and chatting and having fun. And we wanted to be able to provide you guys with some fun things to make it more Stitch and Pitch like.
Instead of us off selling 50/50 tickets and you guys entertain yourselves, which is totally fine, but not very much fun for us.
No.
I'd rather stay with you guys than be hawking 50/50 tickets all night.
Although we did raise quite a bit of good money for a great charity. So
yes, we did.
We're probably going to do a night where we just go back and sell 50/50.
Just
without the Stitch and Pitch.
Yeah.
So that we can still contribute to that charity.
Because it's a great charity.
Yep.
We have 2 knit-alongs currently running. One is the Jody Shawl, which runs through the end of May, and the other is the Shorty Suck Along, which is running through the middle of June. We'll draw prizes for that right after Kelly gets back in June. And then coming up May 1st is the Summer Tea Knit-Along, or Crochet Along. It could be either.
So what is Tuesday the 1st?
Tuesday is the 1st. So get all your stuff ready, get ready to cast on, and it runs through the end of July. So you've got 3 months to do a t-shirt or a other summer garment.
Summer top.
Summer top of some sort. We have a bundle up on our Ravelry group if you're looking for some inspiration, or just, go look at the comments from episode 86, because it's nothing but suggestions down there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's some great ones. For
Yeah.
cake, you'll be having, some cravings for cake.
Yes.
Um,
But also some great
but some
suggestions.
great summer top suggestions
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we've got some prizes to give away.
We do.
Woo! From last week's 2-year podiversary cake and tiara episode.
And I didn't grab my. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my prize so I
Okay.
can show what the prize is for my Instagram.
Yes. So I ran the YouTube contest. I was concerned that it might break me or I might break YouTube, and it was close. It was close.
No.
So anyway, Mr. William, because of spring break this week, so he's here hanging out at the store, being very patient.
He is.
Actually engrossed in Netflix. Helped me draw, and we have that bit for the outtakes at the end. So without further ado, we'll start with... So I decided to draw for 2 prizes. So I not only showed one last week, but it's so many responses. I felt like...
And I'm going to throw another little one in.
Threw another little one in.
So Ange went through and printed off all of the entries so that, because there were so many, that it was going to be hard to...
I was having a hard... So I originally just started pulling the information from my email. So I get an email notification allegedly every time somebody comments on the podcast. But what I found when I was going back through the list is either my email stacked them weird, or I missed some, or I didn't get some email notifications because I was missing some. And it was going to take me way too long to try to figure it out. So literally what I did was print out all of the comments, cut them apart, fold them, and we put them in a basket. They almost like halfway filled one of our shopping baskets, and William picked them. So you can see the picking the outtakes. So the first prize is the 5 skeins of the Knit Picks Cotton in the Harbor colorway. This is a DK weight yarn, 123 yards in each skein. And the winner of this prize is Christine CAFFREY. So Christine says that she loves standard vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream. It's a good choice. And her sweater suggestion was Column by Elizabeth Kramer. I did get quite a few people suggesting that one, and that's one I'm definitely really looking at. The other one a lot of people were suggesting was the Tenga, which is also really cool. I'm just having a hard time choosing.
That Isabel Kramer, her pattern, she's been so prolific lately. Yeah. She's been releasing a lot of new patterns.
So Christine, I'm not sure what the easiest way. I think that the way YouTube works, I could probably click on her and get her email, but the easiest is either send me an email at angela@mustloveyarn.com or ping me on Instagram or Ravelry with your address, and we will get this yarn out to you.
Sweet.
Okay. And then, so the runner-up prize, which is just as good, I think. I pulled one of these little bags that Kelly's mom made. So it's more of like a Notions sized bag.
Wee little sock bag.
Maybe wee little socks. Could be pretty small. Shorties. You might be able to fit shorties in here.
You might be able to.
Along with a needle minder that was made by my mom.
It's the mom's presents.
It's the mom's presents, and the snaps put on by me. So I have the snapping equipment. So
Team effort.
Exactly. So this prize pack is going to go to Gail Robinson. So Gail says that her favorite cake is Kentucky butter cake. And she just saw the morning sky design on Instagram. She said it's very pretty. So I have to go out and take a look at that one as well. So congratulations, Gail. Please send me your address and we will get this prize out to you.
Excellent.
Thank you for commenting, everybody.
Yeah,
It
oh my
was
gosh.
so fun to read everybody's comments.
That I know. It was really fun because there was some stuff that I hadn't seen or before. So.
And there are now some cakes that I must eat.
So my prize that I did, and I ran an Instagram contest, was Noro Silk Garden, and I have 10 skeins, so a whole bag of Noro Silk Garden. There they are. So enough to make a really cool
Sweater
something.
or something. Child blanket.
And this is a really pretty, it goes from blues to purples to greens and kind of a gray. So it's a really lovely colorway.
Nice.
And this is some yarn I pulled from Stash, and also another little pouch that my mom made. And this one is a bit bigger, so this could definitely house socks or a small project, or you could use it for notions. So we had, I think, 45 entries. 2 of them, one was my post, one was your post. So what I did is just random number generator, and I went to I clicked on the hashtag. And that brought up all of the posts that people had used the hashtag with. And I did random number generator, which was number 13. So I went, I started at the very beginning, like at the very beginning of all the posts, and I counted 13 up. And the winner was Marilee Peterson, and she's a regular customer of ours, and that's her Instagram name as well. And she posted a picture of her grandkids when they went to visit Tammy's farm. And I thought it was so funny because Tammy just sent me an email last night, and then she sent me another one this morning. So Tammy and I have been bouncing emails back and forth. So then when Marilee won, and it was her picture of her grandkids at Tammy's, it was just like, this is really bizarre, but it's
so
awesome.
cool.
So congratulations, Marilee. You can stop by and pick this up whenever you get a chance. It'll be here with your name on it. So it's kind of fun when we get to just like hand things to people and that are local too.
Our winner from the Spice Market shawl, Lori, came in on Saturday.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And so I got to give her the yarn.
And she was wearing hers.
It's
really
beautiful.
pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So.
she's, I think, going to be bringing us some fun stuff to put in the store.
I should have grabbed mine. Mine's up front.
She does fused glass work.
Oh my gosh, they're so awesome.
And so she brought us a little sample of some little sheep ornaments that she had been doing.
They're
and she
beautiful.
was like, do you think? We were like, yes. We would love to have those in the store.
We'll let you guys know when that happens because they're beautiful.
So absolutely.
Yeah. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you to everybody who posted pictures on Instagram too.
That's been
really
super fun to see.
Fun to see what brings you joy, and it brought me joy to see what brings you joy.
And I think what's even impressed me the most about all of those pictures is they were pretty much almost all of them were of family.
I know.
And family accomplishments or accomplishments that somebody was really proud of that they had done, but the picture was in conjunction with them with their family. Like it was really cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, it is interesting, but yeah. So thank you guys. That it was really fun to see that, everybody's posts.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Congratulations to our winners.
And you can follow hashtags. I figured out how to do it. It's really cool.
It's not hard to do. And it's great, especially for us, because we have people posting and using hashtags and maybe not necessarily tagging us or the store.
Right.
So if they tag us or the store, we get notifications.
Yep.
So we can go and see what they tagged or what they when they tagged us. But if they're using a hashtag, we don't always see that. But if you follow them, then you'll eventually, you might, not always, but.
I tag a lot of stuff with hashtag MLY podcast.
Yeah.
So I should start following that hashtag because that's another great way. Like if you're watching the podcast and you want to ping one of us or let us know what you're working on or, how we've enabled you or,
I use Must Love Yarn podcast a lot.
Yep.
And just Must Love Yarn.
Yep.
We didn't start the Must Love Yarn one, though. Some people use it, and it doesn't have anything to do with us.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
we'll co-opt it. We'll take it back. So I think that's all I got.
I know I don't have a whole lot of knitting content for this week, but that's okay. We
right.
Or what? What? I can't see that
tell.
light. Oh, there.
We're almost
an hour. The light. It's funny where the little time is. There's the light is blocking.
Yeah.
So if I do that, then I can see how long we've been sitting here
recording.
for. So, and that does include a few outtakes, but we don't have any really goofy ones this week.
I know, we're pretty serious.
I know. It's been a really busy.
Serious.
Yesterday, I was just like flat out busy.
Yeah.
Lots of paperwork, lots of yarn restocking. Oh, Malabrigos.
We finally got Malabrigo.
Got a big Malabrigo order, and so we've got a lot of Rios, some Arroyo, a little bit of Mecca, a little bit more sock. So if there's some Malabrigo that you're looking for, we've got a lot of their basic standard colorways.
Yep.
We've got a couple new colorways, so.
Cool.
They have a new book, Shawl Road. I think it's called the Shawl Road, and it's shawls in all of the different weights of their yarn.
Ooh.
So from fingering all the way up through to their Rasta,
Yeah. Cool.
which is a super bulky. We've got their new book, which is the sock and machita. I think it's machita is what it's called.
Nice.
So yeah, we've got some of their books. They do some really nice designs too with their yarn.
Yes, they do.
So
Yes, they do.
so if you need some Malabrigo,
Okay.
yeah,
We got it back in stock.
we do. Oh, and I should mention we were given a couple patterns this week.
Yes.
We haven't had a chance to. Ange and I want to sit down and do them justice. So I'm going to print them out, look them over, and then I will share those with you next week.
Yes.
One of them we were offered a giveaway for you guys. So, but we want to, like I
Put
said,
that together next week.
yeah. So a big thank you to Jen Sheelan. She's one of the people. She's the one who's gifted us the pattern and as well as a gift for you guys. So
Yep.
we're gonna put something together for that. And then Corrado Lark, he gave us his new cowl pattern, which is
Yes.
cool. He did it for the New Jersey Shop Hop, and he designed it for Do You Knit, and it was with the cake. What was the name of it? Oh, shoot.
No.
I
can't
knew
even-
it. It's right on the tip
I
of my
can't even
tongue.
check my phone because it's
I know.
co-opted.
It's really cute, but we'll share those with you next week.
Yes.
It's really nice. I love when men design patterns because they have such a different aesthetic than, not always, but it's interesting to see a male perspective on knitting and yarn and design.
Yes.
Because oftentimes it is different because they might be designing a unisex piece, but a lot of times they're designing a more masculine piece, and it's really cool. It's a gorgeous cowl
Yes.
that he did
yes,
using
it
two
was.
fingering weight yarns.
Yes.
So, and I haven't had a chance to look at the one that Jen sent. She just sent that yesterday?
I think so.
I think it was yesterday. So sorry, Jen. I will look at that, and we will.
I saw it come in. I just haven't been on
I know.
Ravelry.
The last couple days I've just been crazy. I've
Yep.
been running nonstop. So we'll take a look at those and we will share those with you guys. So
Next week.
thank you both to Jen
Yes.
and Corrado for sharing those with us. That was
Absolutely.
so sweet and generous of you.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that now does it.
And so now we're at an hour.
Now we're
done.
Now
We
we're
can
done.
go.
So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes.
We really appreciate all of the fun comments that we've been getting, and we're so glad that we can bring a little happy knitting time to you guys
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
And like I said, we love reading your comments and just connecting with you guys.
Absolutely.
And if you're a new viewer, thank you for
Thank you.
checking us out. Feel free to subscribe down below if you enjoyed this podcast. Sometimes we're a little sillier and a little bit more off topic than today, but
Yeah.
we've kept it together pretty well today.
We did. What's up with that?
I know, right? So we're just exhausted. That's all.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So
Till next week.
we will see you guys all next week. Yeah. Bye.
Kids eat free during spring break at Nino's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, jeez. I am not good.
That'll go in the outtakes.
Earthquake.
Earthquake. Oh my god. So all I want to do is knit every single tee that people
Everybody
suggested
has. I know.
and eat nothing but cake. Because there was a couple cake suggestions that people put up there. I didn't know what they were. I literally had to
So you went to
Google
look?
one of them, and I was like, oh my god. I think it was actually called Earthquake Cake.
Oh, I saw that one posted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't go to look to see what it was though.
It was like a gooey, caramely, pecan-y. Probably had some chocolate, but it didn't sound like it was crazy chocolate. Like one of those like almost molten type cakes that's kind of just
Decadent.
yes.
Mhm.
Holy smokes. Nanilchik.
Nanelchik. I've done
coming.
very, very little knitting. Been finishing customer projects, and I was outside for 2 days because we actually had nice
Sunshine.
weather, so-
Sunshine. Yes. I've been working on iBlank. And feeling like I just have not been doing really anything else. Because I haven't.
Yeah, well,
Huh,
that's
you
what it
know.
goes.
That is the way it goes. So. All right. Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I'll wait till Carol walks back by. Can we give her a shh? Podcast recording in session. Just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Angela's just giving you a hard time.
Give me your heart.
Thanks.
Ain't no problem. All right. Are we ready? Are we?
Carol's juicing up on
We're
coffee
juicing up.
because she's got jet lag.
What? What do you say?
You have jet lag?
I am a little jealous. Yeah, I think it's about 6 hours ahead of what it is right now. I'm getting there. Slowly getting back.
Yeah.
to normal.
I'll be there
Very
in a
slowly.
month and a half.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go. Okay. We're gonna do outtake draw of for the giveaway. We got everybody's entry in the basket. I've got the non-partial contest draw right here. We're gonna draw for 2 prizes. We're gonna draw for the yarn, and then we had so many entries that I'm doing consolation prize, which is a little bag and a needle protector. All right, so let's draw for the yarn, Mr. William. Okay, so the winner of the yarn is, I'm just gonna have to wait. Oh, they already know. We don't need to tell them
That's right.
because it's an outtake. So Christine Caffrey, you already know that you won yarn. We'll stick you there. All right. And number 2
is
Gail Robinson is a winner of the other prize. Awesome. Thanks, William.
you're welcome.
Okay. Anything you want to tell people out in podcast land?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. You can go now.
Are you guys gonna do the podcast?
Uh-huh.
We're going to start it up here right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Mommy,
Yes.
can you help me?